On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, an AI-powered software platform for the built world. Snow and ice management services. Outsourcing your culinary needs. Language translators and interpreters. Plus, lots more. The only constant throughout any construction project is risk. Managing risk is crucial to the success of a project at all stages of the life cycle, especially as the industry faces shrinking margins, increasing material costs, persistent labor shortages, and an explosion in demand.
Historically, construction and therefore risk management in construction is a very manual, siloed, and tedious process that wastes a lot of time. The average worker wastes 14 hours a week on non-productive tasks just to find information. 40% of the workforce in the US in construction will be retired by 2030. The conjunction of this need for productivity and the workforce retiring means that better managing risk is a necessity, and that's where AI can help.
In construction, 90% of the data generated by projects is just sitting on a drive collecting dust. AI has the power to go through all of that data, find patterns that no one else could find in any amount of time, and get real insight out of it.
Boston-based Enlaye is bringing AI to construction, both in the field and in the office, helping mitigate risks and deliver better projects faster. Born at the Harvard Innovation Labs and co-founded by a dynamic duo of old high school friends, Enlaye AI is built for the built world.
Construction projects generate vast amounts of data, and what our software platform does, Enlaye AI, takes all of that information, data, various types of documents and plans, schedules, links that all together into a network, and our models are trained to go navigate that network to be able to find patterns, analyze risk, and perform analyses and tasks.
We're built by construction professionals for construction professionals. We understand the realities of being a worker, an engineer, a manager, a designer on a construction site. We then understand workflows that are consistent throughout construction and develop tools that can help companies perform those tasks better with AI while still keeping flexibility to do things their way. Now with AI, we can bring that flexibility, that customization, so that each customer can actually automate the way they already work. At Enlaye, it's really important for us to serve both sides of the negotiation table, which means the builders who actually execute the construction, but also the owners, be they private or public, who actually want the asset built. For builders, we see an average of 67% time saving on risk management during the construction phase and a 12-time faster process in the pre-construction and estimate phase. Owners want to review and compare bids, stick to a risk profile before they sign a contract, and then track that risk profile while they rely on the GCs for information. That is what we provide owners with AI tools to do.
Enlaye is built by construction professionals for construction professionals. Their AI platform adapts to your workflows and supports a wide range of languages. Already deployed on projects across 3 continents, Enlaye is trusted by some of the best in the industry, including the world's largest general contractor, Vinci Construction.
In construction, things take time, and so we are always on the lookout to find tools to optimize our time. I really discovered how Enlaye features were really relevant. Once I used Enlaye, one question, one answer, I had all the information I needed. Impossible for a normal human being to look all over it. One click, it was done, it was perfect.
Every piece of data that you put in Enlaye is in a secure data ecosystem, including our AI models. We do this because we know that data privacy and security is essential in this industry. They're engineers. They want to go check stuff. They need the AI to tell it how it thought or how it provided an answer. With this model, we're able to give down to the precise page, the data point, the clause, the drawing number, accuracy of sources. The objective is to help both those who want projects and those who build them to come together to deliver projects faster, safer, and with more productivity and better margins for the entire industry.
Too often, tech has been built without the construction worker, the builder in mind. Enlaye is here to change that. We are building AI for builders.
Our motto at Enlaye is build better together.
If you're interested in seeing for yourself how Enlaye's AI-powered software platform can help your construction company save time, cut costs, and better manage risk, visit their website at enlaye.com or see this segment again on InsideTheBlueprint.com. Clearing snow and ice during the winter months is essential in Boston to ensure safe passage on roads and walkways. Let's learn more about best snow removal practices from the experts at Ippolito Snow Services.
It's really important to make sure that the snow is removed from properties. We have something called a duty of care to make sure that we make it safe for the public and we leave those surfaces free of ice and snow, because if that doesn't happen, we live in quite a litigious society and there can be slip and fall claims that can be quite costly on a business and people can get hurt. The history of this company is not unlike many snow companies in that because it's a seasonal business, it starts as part of another business. Vincenzo came over from Italy, my great-grandfather, and he purchased a service station. It started with Mills Corner Service Station in Chelsea, Mass. But it wasn't until 1973 that my father purchased his first plow truck, was clearing his own property, and local businesses came up to him and asked him, hey, can you take care of my property? And there begat the snow business 50 years later as we sit here today. Weather is a huge piece of a snow removal business. The more weather that we get, the more events that we get, the more need for our services. Some have called us the kings of the sidewalk in the city because we really thrive on that business. We know how it works. It's an on-demand business in the city downtown where our services are really needed.
Snow management is more than simply moving the snow from one place to another.
Our business is built around snow and ice management, and that means we're thinking about your property and the work that we do for you year-round. A singular focus on snow is a really big piece of what we offer. If you want high-end professional snow services, you're going to come to a snow-only company, and that's Ippolito Snow Services. What you'd find at the end of each season, we're going to take a portion of our profits and we're going to do reinvestment. And that reinvestment's going to be in additional equipment, new technologies, training for our guys and folks over the off-season. And there's nothing wrong with using a traditional contractor that may do landscaping of half their career, they may do excavating, but when they make their reinvestments at the end of the season, we tend to see that they're reinvesting in their core business, right? New lawn mowers, new hedge trimmers, as opposed to, oh, the snow equipment will be okay next year. You're always going to see the latest and greatest here at Ippolito. We offer a number of core services. The first, snow plowing. We're clearing snow with plows from roadways, from drive lanes. The second we offer, and this is our biggest category, is sidewalk services. We've invested completely in a separate sidewalk division, so we have people that wake up every day and all they worry about are the sidewalks for our clients. And the third one is ice control, a huge piece of this business. Ice control services between storms, during storms, is where there's a lot of risk and liability. For example, when it snows, people see the white snow on the ground, and they're almost actually more cautious when they walk. It's what they don't see is the ice under it, or the black ice, or ice forming, and that's where you can have a lot of slips and falls and issues. We deliver anti-icing, which is proactive. Before the storm, we're applying either a granular or liquid mix to get in front of that storm if the conditions are right. And then we also have de-icing, and we have a number of products that are safer for green, safer for pets, safe for being on concrete, and we have those dialogues with customers. So we really try to customize our ice solutions that fit the property that we're working with. At the end of the day, you want to look for someone you can trust. The purchasing of snow is local, and that's why this business is so fragmented across the US. People want to see and talk to the person that's going to be providing them those services. The SIMA organization, which we're members of, is the national organization that brings us together once a year to talk about snow management across the country and how it's handled and managed. They provide education, training, and network opportunities. They've also published a cheat sheet for all of you, which basically takes you through the quick 5 steps and the key points you want to think about when selecting a vendor.
We walk through the site with the customer, and the customer will tell us where they want the snow pile, how they want it clean, which priority areas they want it clean. Hot zone is the zones that needs to be cleaned first, and we got the orange areas, which doesn't have to be cleaned right away, but it's also important. We use liquid magnesium prior to the storm at times when there's not a lot of traffic on the pathways. And what it does is it helps us not to spread as much salt down through the storm, and we'll keep the snow down for a longer period of time.
Ensuring that your property is free of snow and ice is important for a variety of reasons.
Professional snow companies are going to take a proactive approach to reducing your risk of winter, and that takes many forms. It's going to be in the format of companies investing in forecasting services, investing in training of their crews, investing in technologies such as GPS in the truck so we have a documentation of who was where and when, investing in people to audit those properties to make sure. Snow insurance is specific. So if you've hired a provider that maybe does landscaping and snow, or does excavating and snow, you have to make sure that you ask them if they have, and they'll produce a certificate of insurance for you to look at, that they have a snow-specific endorsement, because most policies, snow is automatically excluded. So what happens if you don't ask that question and they don't have that coverage? In the event that there's a slip and fall and there's a loss and a claim, when that claim goes to get put through that provider's insurance is going to reject that claim, and it's going to, the financial burden of that is going to fall back on the owner of the building or the property. So making sure that they have a snow rider endorsed on their policy is very important, and if you need help with it, just talk to your agent and they'll help you.
Communication before, during, and after a snow or ice event is key.
Communicating with customers is the biggest piece of this job, and we want to make sure they know what to expect from our services and what not to expect. We want them to paint that picture for us, because from there we can understand where they want the piles, what they expect it to look like, and that's a really easy way to find out what the requirements really are at the end of the storm. The second piece of communication, as you can imagine, is all about the weather and about forecasting. We invest in WeatherWorks. We think these folks at WeatherWorks are best in class, and we use them for all of our weather communications. The information we get from WeatherWorks comes in the format of an email that's customer friendly and ready. We push that out to all of our customers so they know what we're looking at when we're making critical decisions around how much staff we need in certain areas, what time we need them to show up, and it's all kind of based around that first inch falling and being on the ground. So we send these out, and it keeps everyone up to date throughout the storm. And then the last service they offer, which is fantastic, at the end, a day or two after the storm, they push out something called their certified snow totals. And that's a report that says, okay, Boston, Massachusetts, zip code 02127, you got 6.2 inches. That gets attached to our billing system. So it's really confidence in transparent billing. So we really like the offerings that they have, and customers can take advantage of those through us.
My experience working with Ippolito has been absolutely phenomenal. Working with somebody that's knowledgeable, on time, and gets the business just makes the process easier to go through bids, product selection, equipment that's dedicated to certain properties. Working with an expert just makes everything else turnkey. Being early and not leaving until the job is completely done, been verified, and always having a 24/7 live person to talk to. You start to build a relationship with these folks throughout the winter, because it really is a true partnership going through these New England winters.
At Ippy, inches matter.
For more information about Ippolito Snow Services, visit their website, IppolitoSnowServices.com. And of course, visit our website, InsideTheBlueprint.com. Specializing in delivering exceptional food experiences, the Canapé Team at Corner Office Gourmet fills the gap in the service industry by providing top-tier culinary talent and expertise. Let's go inside the blueprint to learn more.
My name is Mike Tracy. I'm the owner-operator of Corner Office Gourmet. We produce fresh and frozen appetizers, sandwiches, desserts for the hotels and universities, hospitals, correctional facilities, caterers, and wholesale food distributors. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and these folks that work in these facilities don't always have the time and space and personnel to handle it.
Amid the skilled labor shortage in the service industry, Corner Office Gourmet steps in and excels.
We'll provide sandwiches, appetizers, canapes, often at a custom level where a hotel may reach out to us and say, hey, I need something new on my menu. What can you do for us? We really do the best we can to use the freshest and most in-season fruits and vegetables. We're at the produce market just about every day. Sometimes we'll get some pretty unique requests that come in and they don't necessarily match with each other, and that's probably because these hotels are running different events at different times. So for example, we may have to deliver 500 green goddess deviled eggs, and to the same customer we may be going in as well with 250 fruit skewers, which you wouldn't think go together, and they probably don't go together, but on the other hand, it may be for two different parties that these folks will have at the same evening in two different ballrooms.
Flexibility and creativity are just two of the many reasons why customers rely on the Canapé Team.
So we collaborate with hotels and event managers to create customized menus. A lot of times they'll email me or reach out to me and say, hey, what's new that you're working on, or what can you do for a specific theme that we have? A lot of times they'll call me out for a visit and we'll set up a meet where we'll go through some things that might be the right options for their event. It's comforting for us to know that they have that trust level with us that we can solve those problems for them.
My name is Donna German, co-owner of Hostess Catering, located in Woburn, Massachusetts. I know Mike and the folks over at Corner Office Gourmet. We use him as one of our extra vendors when we have very large events. It's very easy when we contact Mike and the folks over at Corner Office Gourmet. It will take just an email or a phone call. We'll give them the date, what we're looking for, the quantity. And most of our jobs do take place in the Boston and Cambridge area. Most of the times they'll drive that down to us, meet us right at the location that we're catering at. It makes everything for us so easy and convenient.
My name is Ryan Harrington. I work for New England Food. Mike and his team at Corner Office Gourmet are great to work with. Us at New England Food have a unique customer base. A majority of our customers are correctional institutions. Mike and his team will drop on a dime to help us provide boxed meals with different variety of sandwiches. These sandwiches are a little bit higher end and healthier. Mike and his team, they always will deliver the product directly there in a timely manner without any issues.
With a commitment to quality, creativity, and consistency, every item created not only meets, but exceeds expectations.
We don't necessarily limit ourselves to hotels and catering halls. The hospitals are a division that we work with. The correctional institutions are one that we work with. The frozen distributors and our partners with those folks, because those guys will service all kinds of other venues. They're really great partners for us in as far as the frozen production and frozen distribution piece goes.
For more information about Corner Office Gourmet and the Canapé Team, visit their website, canapéteam.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. Communication is vital in our society, and a huge part of that has to do with language. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the number of people that speak a language other than English has nearly tripled over the last 40 years. Now more than ever, understanding others can make or break a connection.
In today's world, communication is the cornerstone of everything. When it comes to business, everything across the globe, you need to communicate. People are treated with that level of respect. People are heard, people are understood, they understand. Somebody's life could literally be on the line if not communicated with correctly.
Benoit Language Services has been providing expert interpreters to the legal, medical, and business sectors since 1978. Their mission is to make sure clear communication is accessible to all.
Benoit Language Services serves hospitals, they serve schools, government agencies, they serve lawyers, insurance companies.
We do in-person interpreting, and we work for law firms. We work with attorneys on a daily basis. We'll do attorney-client meetings, all sorts of virtual jobs, Zoom depositions. We'll also do healthcare jobs. We'll go to the hospital. We also go to any business that requires an interpreter, schools, education.
No matter the industry, clear and concise communication is important. But it's not just about interpreting words. A professional interpreter will bridge both cultural and linguistic barriers.
So having the interpreter isn't just about having somebody there with you. It's about the respect and the ethical standards to assist whoever's there. It's just something that everybody should really do to ensure you get things right the first time.
Interpreting is verbal. It's in person, it's over the telephone. They're interpreting in real time. Anything that's done with translation is written stuff.
Documents that are translated, they reflect the content, the meaning, and the style of the original. Translators do not alter and they do not change the original document meaning.
When you hire a professional interpreter, you're really getting somebody who has been trained well. You're not using a family member. You could be in a situation where a patient is being abused. So using a professional interpreter, it will ensure the patient's safety. Professional interpreters have had that proper training that is necessary with understanding and having a command of the vocabulary and the terminology needed for proper diagnosis.
Interpreters have to know certain terminology and medical, law, government, whatever it may be. In the medical, they have to go through the HIPAA compliance stuff. They have to go through confidentiality, and that goes across really all sectors. Whatever standard or whatever proceeding you request, we're going to make sure that that person is qualified.
Clients are provided with complimentary training to effectively work with interpreters for communication with limited English proficiency clients, educating them on improving cultural sensitivity without compromising efficiency, confidentiality, and accuracy.
We cover over 250 languages. We have over 11,000 interpreters nationwide. We understand that communication doesn't end at 5 p.m. and you're always going to have to continue to do that, cover all time zones, and we're really able to just ensure that we're going to give you exactly what you need when trying to communicate with someone.
Professional interpreters, they do more than just repeat what you're saying. The interpreter preserves the confidentiality, the accuracy, and it ensures cultural competence service. Some businesses might opt to use friends or family members as interpreters, but that can severely compromise the communication and the privacy. Interpreters are not witnesses and they don't provide their opinions. Professional interpreters, they are trained to interpret in the first person, and they have to remain impartial. They're valuable because they would help facilitate communication when working with a limited English proficient client by bridging that cultural and that linguistic barrier.
To learn more about Benoit Language Services, visit their website, benoitinc.com, or see this segment again at InsideTheBlueprint.com. Do you realize that when you attend a lecture at a university or run a meeting in your conference room, that every element in that space was thoughtfully selected to provide you with the optimal experience both functionally and aesthetically? Victoria Mohar of MoharDesign is here to give us insight into the world of commercial interior design for education and corporate environments.
People spend up to 90% of their time indoors. They spend a lot of that time in public spaces, and the design of those spaces is what commercial interior design is. An architecture firm that is looking to hire an interior design firm would want to look for experience with the specific building type. At MoharDesign, we are small but mighty. We create, design, and complete projects at the same level of large firms. Commercial interior design and residential interior design are very, very different. There's very defined purpose and function to these buildings. The industries that we have primarily worked with over the years has been higher education. We also do a lot of K through 12 schools, corporate workspace environments, and we do corporate science buildings. People cannot do or function in a building without furniture. We have furniture that works with all different types of people, and it's not just the furniture, it's how the furniture is laid out to use the space as it was designed.
We're extensions of the architects that hire us to work on the interior design, to create an interior that fulfills the same architectural vision that they have for their project. After our design decisions are made and have been settled with both the architect and the end users, we document and diagram all our decisions for the installers and the construction team to implement. We definitely are always considering sustainability and the longevity of the materials we select. We also take a lot of care in coordinating our interior decisions with the overall systems of the building. Our process in making choices for interior design is always with the experience of the space in mind after we're done, to best enhance the functionality and the usability of the space.
Not only does technology help us with designing, it also helps us with presenting. We're able to show clients how their space is going to look in real life by putting into a model the finishes in the furniture. We also have an internal furniture database that we've compiled with thousands of furniture images, which makes designing a lot easier for us and faster.
We collaborate with MoharDesign as early in our projects as possible. It's really important to have their work integrated, and they bring a great deal of expertise. So specifying furniture for the kinds of projects that we do is very complex. It requires a great deal of creativity and thought. One of the things we really like about working with MoharDesign, they don't just come in with a budget. They will say, here's a low, middle, and high, and then they will take great care at bringing the client through those and explaining what they will get at each of these price points.
Commercial interior design is about creating spaces that not only meet the practical needs of businesses and institutions, but also enhance the overall experience for users.
Doing the interior design, which is furniture, space planning, and all the interior finishes, there is a lot of technical consideration, cost consideration, safety, durability, sustainability is a very big part of what we do with interiors. All of this pulls together into those interior finishes.
Our office was built about 20 years ago that really did not give us full use of our space. We also went hybrid and wanted to create a space that really invited people back to the office. We were able to stay within budget with a lot of help from Mohar, and they really gave us a beautiful product in the end.
Building owners engage MoharDesign to create visually appealing spaces that will attract people while meeting their functional needs.
In these buildings that we do, they are designed to convey a message or an image about that institution, and they also reflect the people that use the building. When all those elements come together, there is a lasting impression for the people that use the building. And these people are the doers, the thinkers, the innovators of our future. And that's the small part I feel we play in that with our design contribution.
For more information about MoharDesign, visit their website, mohardesign.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, or to become part of Inside the Blueprint, go to our website, insidetheblueprint.com.